Hey guys, welcome back to KY Coins and Collectibles. And on this video, I'm going to talk about when and why you should submit your coins for grading. Now, this is just going to be my opinion on getting coins graded and if you should or why you should, or maybe what company you should use. And the reason I'm doing this video, a lot of people may not know what coin to get graded, or if they should get a coin graded, or should they get all their coins graded. and I'm a believer that you shouldn't get all of your coins graded. Of course, like, you're going to have coins that don't really need to be graded just because they're not that expensive of a coin. It's a common coin, or it's in rough condition. A lot of reasons, and most of the reasons being that you should not get a coin graded is the price to get it graded doesn't justify getting it graded. So it's going to cost $25 to $35 to $70 to get a coin graded, depending on what company you're going to use. There's three main companies: PCGS, NGC, and ANACS. Them are kind of your top three companies. I've only submitted to PCGS and NGC. I've not used ANACS yet. I do have some coins that I'm going to send to ANACS, and I'll explain why I'm sending these particular coins to ANACS instead of NGC or PCGS here in a second. But what I've got here, I wanted to show you and kind of give you my reasoning and thoughts behind submitting coins for grading. Kind of the first reason that I would submit a coin is it's a key date, and I believe I've got like an ideal of a key date is this 1909 SVDB. This is the key date of the wheat cents. It's the first year. A very expensive coin, hard to find, low mintage. So that's your key, like, takeaways. It needs to be, for it being a rare coin, it needs to be low mintage. I mean, it's a key date, so it's going to have low mintage. And even if it's low mintage and it has it's been detailed, like cleaned, if it's still in rough shape and it's a key date, I would still get it graded. Like I said, that's kind of one of the main reasons, is it's a key date. There's not many out there, very low mintage, and you want to preserve it. So if you come across a key date, low mintage, I would get it authenticated and preserved. So that 1909 SVDB, you should definitely get it graded. Another reason I would get a coin graded is because of the condition. It may not be the most, it may not be the best, as in lowest mintage. It may be a high mintage coin, but it's in the best condition. And here's one kind of an example. It's a mint state 65. So this one is really nice, and it also has some beautiful toning on it. So I have a bunch of 1882 S's, and they're not in this condition or have this beautiful toning. So a lot of my other 1882 S's are probably just AU, or good to very good to extremely fine. So that, in those lower grades, it doesn't really justify getting a coin graded, just because the coin may only be worth in AU like $45. So, and I'll show you this particular coin. And this one's a little different because it has some like beautiful pink toning to it, or pink and purple toning, mostly purple. But this coin was really, really nice. It looked really good, and I thought it would be a high mint state coin to get graded. And I will show you what I mean on getting it graded. So it cost probably roughly, I would say, $40 to get the this one might not have been $40. Yeah, it probably was. I think this was about $40 just through NGC to get graded. I don't remember if I'd done the $40 service or the $23 service. Either way, it was $20 to $40 to get this graded just through NGC. Now that doesn't include like the $10 handling fee and your service, like your registered mail. So I send my coins out registered mail, which is usually $45, and that's covering about $5,000 worth of coins. So you've got $45 divided by how many coins you're sending out. And if you're only sending out 10, you've got to divide that $45 by 10. So that's extra cost that you have to put into the value of this coin. So does the coin justify getting graded? And can you get it back and sell that coin for what you've got in it now? So I'll give you an example. This 1882S, and I'm in the 24 red book here, and this is a 82S. There was a little over 9 million, and this coin in 65 is $245. So that's what the red book showing, mint state 65, 82S, $245. Now if this coin would have come back mint state 63, we're back at $90. So a big difference between $90 and $245. Or even a mint state 64, $120. So if I actually paid $100 for this coin. I bought it at my local coin shop. I paid $100 for it. Maybe $90. I might have got another $10 off. But either way, I paid $90 for it. I knew it was a good deal. Had some beautiful toning on it. And I was hoping it was coming back at least a 64. So I did. I got lucky. It came back a 65. But if it had came back a 64, just one grade lower, it'd been a $120 coin at best. I mean, people don't pay this. They pay 10% less probably of what it is booking for. But $120 if it had been a grade lower. So I guess I'm glad the guy had his coffee that morning he graded this, so he was in a good mood. I got a good grade. So if I had $100 in it and then spent at least $25 to get it graded, I'd been in this coin for at least $125, not counting the $5 to ship it with all my other coins. So $130, $140 in this coin. And if it wanted to come back at 65, it wouldn't have been worth it. I'd have been out money. So there's that point of view looking at it. Will your coin grade high enough to justify having it graded? So this one's really, really nice. I love this coin. I love the toning on it. And I always think a nice coin with some really nice toning is going to add some value. So it's at least a $200 coin, and I think the toning adds a lot of value to it. So that's kind of one example, and I've got two more nice toned Morgans that I feel like are at least 64s. So there's those. That's one way of looking at it. So just make sure you've got your value of what the coin is, and this takes a lot of practice. You can't just pick any old coin to get graded. And I've got a bunch of piece dollars here that I can show you. Now these are none that I would get graded. They would have to be key dates of this series before I'd get it graded. And I do have one example, and it is the key date of the series. It's the 1921 piece dollar high relief. Now this one I got lucky and got a good deal on, but it was cleaned, and it's still really nice, has good luster on it. The cleaning's not really too bad. So this is an example of a not so nice coin, but it's a key date, and like I said, you want to get your key dates authenticated and preserved. So there's one. All key dates and low mintage. Usually your low mintage coins are key dates, so they go hand in hand. I'll show you a couple other ones I've got. A lot of my Morgan Carson Cities I want to get graded. Not all the Carson Cities are worth getting graded. Some of them are easier to find. This 93cc is a key date of the series, and so even in very low, this is good. This is a G4 good, or a G6, sorry, good 6. It's very low condition, and but it's a key date, and I know people are going to be looking for key dates for their series, and they want them to be authenticated, and they'll pay a little more to have it authenticated. So got that one. I like getting all my older coins slabbed because, first of all, they're owed. Earlier in the U.S. Mint, I've got about 3 of these bust dollars. I like to get them authenticated and preserved. And when you're talking about a $800 to $1,200 coin, you want to get them preserved and verified, because it's going to be a lot easier to sell a $1,200 coin when it's been verified, even if it's a details grade. So that's another way I kind of look at getting some of my coins graded. And another way I get them graded, another reason to get them graded, is varieties. And this is one that I had picked out from my piece dollars, and it's a VAM. So the VAMs are the Morgans and the piece dollars, and especially the top 100. They only recognize the top 100 or the hot 50 VAMs, and this is a whisker jaw. And I had found this searching through my piece dollars, and it stuck out pretty noticeably, because down here around the neck, where the chin and the neck meet, there's a piece of it's like a die break, and it kind of looks like a whisker right there in the neck. So, and that's a cool VAM. A lot of people like these top 100 VAMs, especially if they're in better shape. And this piece dollar has some good luster left on it. So, and it's a popular VAM. Whenever your VAMs have weird names like Hot Lips for the Morgans, or the Donkey Tail, or trying to think of just some right off, like this Whisker Jaw. There's a bunch. There's so many VAMs, and all of them have VAMs, but you're looking for the best ones. You can go to you can Google VAMs, and it can take you to all of them, and you can search. You can just go on there and it'll say 1922 piece dollar Philly, and you can look at all the VAMs that is associated with this year and mint. And I go to the top 100, so that's the really only ones that they will slab. So just be aware, like if you send one out of the hot 50 or top 100, they're probably not going to recognize it and put the VAM on it. So there's another thing to get slabbed, another type of coin to get slabbed. VAMs are always good to get slabbed if they're the top 100 or hot 50. And I've got these two I'm going to send in. Here's some of my older type coins. I have some older nice type coins I'm going to send in. And I've bought these at a low enough price point to where I can afford to spend $25 to $40 on getting them graded. So I love the older type coins like the Seated Liberties, and they need to be in good shape. On the Seated Liberties, you need to have details in the shield, be able to read the Liberty in the shield, details in the face, the head, and I got this one a little under $90, so I think I can get a good enough grade on it to justify spending $25. I'd got this nice Indian head. It's a 1897, and it has some really nice toning on it, and it's going to be hard to pick up where it's so dark, but it has some really nice colors on it, and it has really good details in the headdress, and you can see Liberty really well. It's one of my nicer Indian heads. And I'd got $20 in this one, so I think I can get it graded and come out okay on this one. And it's a beautiful coin. I want to preserve it. So I've got a bunch of raw coins, and it's not like I'm trying to get them all graded. There's a lot of my raw coins I'm never going to get graded. I'll just end up selling them raw. But nice, beautiful coins like this with good, like this ain't a key date by no means. I think I may get a mint state on this. I know it's really hard to tell. But it's really nice. I've looked at it quite a bit. So I'm going to get that one graded. And sometimes I'll break even, or if it's a coin that has a sentimental value on it, like if somebody gave me a coin, or I've had a coin handed down to me from my grandpa or somebody in the family, I may get those graded, and that's just to preserve the coin, not because, like, I've had my papa give me a 1922 piece dollar, and it looks probably worse than this one. I mean, it's slick, but it probably looks more like this one underneath of it. But it's not about value. It's more about preserving it and keeping it because to me, a coin that he gave me means more preserved and kept. So I know people that get those coins like that graded so they can preserve them and keep them in their family for generations. So that's another reason to get a coin graded. Even if you're losing $20, $30, $40, to you it's worth getting graded and preserving. Back to some of the ones I'm going to get graded here. This 1860, it's not bad. It's a lower mintage, seated Liberty, and it's in pretty good shape. I think I'd got it around $90, and I've got enough room to get it graded. I love these older seated dollars, half dollars. So I may get that one graded. I'm gonna look at it and just kind of make sure I'm where I need to be at. It's a little more war than the quarter, so I need to check on that one. But I may get it graded. I think I can afford to get it graded and be about where I paid at for it. So I've been thinking about this half cent for a while. I've had this one for a couple years, and it's low mintage, like 141,000 of these minted, and I think I have like $60 in this, and it's still red booking for a little over 120. I know it's hard to see, but this one may come back. Environmental damage, it's got some green specks on it, but I think it'll be worth it. So I may get that one. And here, so this is kind of the sweet spot for learning what grading company to use, because basically ANACS is going to be the cheapest to get. I mean, they're good. They'll preserve your coin, put a good grade on it. But PCGS and NGC is more of your prestigious grading companies. If you've got 3 coins in the 3 different holders with the same grade, people are going to gravitate towards PCGS. It just is what it is. But I like all 3 of them, and I like paying the cheaper price to get my coin graded, especially when it's a good coin, a key date, but it's lower condition. So these are kind of, when I'm talking lower price but nice coins, this is kind of what I'm talking about. These kind of here at the bottom. I have a really nice have a few of these really nice mercury dimes, and this is a 1944. It's a very common year, high mintage, but this mercury dime, I mean, it's beautiful. It's got full bands, great luster, and I would say it's a mint state 63, 64 all day long. But let me show you what I've got. The red book back out, and we're going to look at a 44, a 1944. There was 231 million minted. So once you get up, a mint state 65 is $25. So I don't have probably but like, I think $4 or $5 in this coin, and it is beautiful. So ANACS is the cheapest company to get graded. So to get this coin graded would be about $16. Now that's just for ANACS. I think their regular cheapest service is $16. and that's for a coin $500 or less worth of that, like value wise. So this would be a coin I would send to ANACS, just because I can't justify sending it to NGC because it's going to cost me about $25. I believe $23. So I need to have less than that in it, because this coin is only selling for $25, $30 if I'm lucky, and I can't have $30 worth of fees in it, like grading it and getting it shipped off. So that's where ANACS comes into play. They'll preserve your coin, and it's a great value for a lower value coin. And these Walking Liberties, I've got a couple of better dates. The 1921, and this is kind of the same way, and I'll show you here. So 1921S, there was 548,000 made, and I think I've got a VG, but it's probably a good on it, a good VG at best. So this one's a little better. It's saying around $90 to $100. I would like to go with NGC or PCGS, but it being a lower value coin, say $90, $80, I'd like to send these to ANACS, get these graded. And you got to think, like, why are you getting this coin graded? Am I going to get it graded through ANACS and then put it on eBay and sell it through eBay? Okay, eBay is going to eat up a lot of my value that I'm selling the coin for through fees and everything. So you got to think past that as well. So if I get NGC to grade this at $23, and then it's going to cost me $45 to ship the whole thing to get it graded, and then the handling fee. So, and I paid $50 for the coin, so I'm going to have $75, $80 in the coin, and I get it graded and I get it back. So now I've got $90 in the coin, or at best say $70, and I put it on eBay and it sells for $90, and then they take 15 to 20% for the fees. I've kind of broke even. I've not really made any money. Made $5 at best. So you really have to be careful about, or do I just sell it raw? I mean, it's a nice coin. Sell it raw. Try to get $60, $70 out of it. That's always an option too. So that's why it kind of comes down to, like, you got to be picky about what you get graded and know what you're going to do with the coin. So it's a key date. All your lower mintage key dates, I would get graded. People is always going to be looking for key dates, and they want them authenticated. So, and this, I know I showed this Indian head the other day on another video. I want to get this one graded too, but I don't want to spend a lot of money, so I'll probably do ANACS on this one. I believe it was a grease-filled die because the third digit is completely missing. It's a 18 blank 1. So I believe it was a grease-filled die. The coin's not in that good a condition, but it's just unique and different. I don't have one like it, so I'd like to get it preserved. So that, with that being said, with all this being said, and what I'll do real fast is I'll show you another one. I've got two here, two nice Morgans that is a prime example. They're both really nice. good details, luster on all of it each. You can still see the cartwheel on all of them. This one's a 1884 O and a 1903 Philly. And they're probably similar condition. They're both mint state, good luster, probably 62, 63s. Both really nice. I think I'd cherry pick this one and that one come in one of the bigger collections I'd bought. So this 84O, and I want to get both of them graded. They're both beautiful coins, but I need to see if it's going to be justifiable getting it graded. So the 1884 O, okay, 1884 O at the top here. There's a little over 9.7 million made, and it's at least a mint state. So let's just go to where mint state starts. $70. Okay, so mint state 60, 70, mint state 63, 85, a 64 is 15, and if I'm lucky, a 65, and it's not a 65. It's probably a 63. If I think it's a 64, it's going to come back a 63. So I'm saying 63, 62, 63 at best. So an $85 coin. Now, how much do I have in this coin? I've probably got $45, $50 in it. So it's going to be close if I should get it graded. I mean, if it comes back a 63, I've probably lost money. If it comes back a 64, I might make $15. So you have to be so careful getting coins graded and why you're doing it. And we'll do this other one, kind of run through my thinking. So this is the 03 Philly. So what we got is the 03 Philly, which I believe I just sent off a couple. I've had some really nice 03s, Phillies. So 03 Philly, 4.6 million made. Now this is one, it jumps up it jumps up better than the 84 that we just looked at, the 84O. So the 03 Philly, starting mint state is $115. So we're already better than we were with the 04 O. So if it jumps up to 63, it's $165. A 64 is $200. A 65 is $350. So there's a lot more give on this coin. So if I can get, and this one looks pretty nice. It's got good luster. It's clean. The fields are looking good. You can see the cartwheel there. So out of these two, if this coin looks really, really good, maybe they both look good, my 03 Philly would be the coin to go with, because I have a better chance. If I think it's the same, if they're the same grade, you definitely go with one that's going to be giving you a better value. So this one could come back between $115 and I'd say $225, $300. So it's probably not going to be $300, but it's going to be $120 to $170. So a lot better than $90 to $115. So this would be one to send off, and I've got probably about the same as in this one. So I've got a lot more room to make a little more money. And another one, Another thing I've got here is I've got a nice, now this is a PCI, it's a cheap third party grading company, and I've showed you a bunch of my toned coins that come from PCI, but this one I really bought. I bought the coin, not the holder, like you should do. But this is a 1909 VDB, and it says Mint State 65 red, which it is a red 1909 VDB. It's a better date of the series, the first year they made them, with the initials at the back. And I really loved this coin when I bought it. I think I paid close to like $90 for it. And I've had this for a while, and I've been wanting to crack it out and submit it to PCGS or NGC. I think I've got enough room to do it, so this is one that I'm kind of on the verge of cracking out, because I know if I ever went to sell it, people are gonna see PCI and really discount the coin. And I think it's a beautiful coin, but the slab will keep it from really bringing what I think the coin should. It's a beautiful coin. I mean, you can see the red in it. So that's one I want to get broke out and just get it in a good slab. It's beautiful. Some other, and I'd showed this one before, and I'll try to wrap it up here. I'd bought this set, and it has some beautiful walkers in it. And I know a lot of people are really, walkers seem like they're kind of hot right now in higher grades, and these are just beautiful. I mean, they're all Mint State. This whole capital holder set is beautiful. They're all really nice except for this steel penny, which has got some rust on it. But the nickels, these are beautiful. These are all 43s, so they're just beautiful. And there's some nice purple toning on this nickel. So these, I believe I'm going to actually crack them out. I know I'd posted video of them earlier, and people are like, leave it in the holder. But I think I'm going to crack them out and sell them, because they're just too beautiful. And I think they'll get really good grades. I mean, these are so nice. And I'll probably do a separate video of these. These are just beautiful. 63, 64s. I mean, if I can get up 65 or 66 on some of these walkers, that'd be amazing. And all these mercury dimes are nice too. And these, I may get every coin in here graded, even the quarters and the war nickels. They're just so nice. I don't have any war nickels this nice. And these quarters are beautiful. So something like this I can get graded. I don't have much in this whole set. Like I got a really good deal on this whole set, so I've got enough room to where I can get everything graded that I want to and come out okay, just because I think these walkers are going to come in really good. And I'll show you, and we'll just bear with me, and we'll check out the prices on these 43s. Now, I wish they were a little older, but these 43s, so there's a 43 Philly, a Denver, and San Francisco coin there. They're all higher mintage, but I think they're all going to be 65s, 64s, and it's not even listed. It just goes to 63s. So at least $80. The regular 43 is 55. But the Denver and San Francisco, the price jumps up. So I think the 64, Mint State 64 and 65, they're going for way over $100. So if I can get that on at least one of them, I've done really good. And they're just really beautiful coins, and I want to preserve them. So that's kind of my thinking on when I get stuff graded. I'm no expert, but that's what I do. If you have a really nice coin, it's low mintage, get it graded. Key date, of course. If it's a key date for any series, get it graded, preserve it. If it's got some nice toning on it, I know a lot of people, if it has some really nice toning, they'll get the True View, which that will cost you more money too, but when you go to sell it and you can bring up a picture of it, what it looks like, that helps, especially on like toned coins. I should have got a True View on this, but I didn't. So, key dates, sentimental coins. If you've got a really good deal on the coin and you've got enough room to get it graded, get them graded. But I've got a bunch of raw coins that I'm not going to get graded. It's only going to be my nicer ones. So I know it's been a long video, but I think there's a lot to it, and people don't really know when to get a coin graded. And I just kind of give you my 2 cents on it. So I really appreciate you all watching. And I got, before I let you go, PCGS and NGC, they're about the same price right now to get stuff graded. You're looking at $23 to $40, depending on the value of the coin. ANACS is around $16 to $20 to $39. So I just kind of a price range, and you have to be a member. Like, you have to get the membership. And I don't know. I know last year when I signed up for PCGS, they gave me, I believe it was 8 vouchers, and my membership's about to run out in like 30 days. So I'm probably going to wait till my membership runs out and I get 8 free vouchers, which they're not free. You have to buy your membership, which is right off. I don't remember. I believe it was I got the gold, I believe. Give me just a second and I'll tell you, but the membership I got came with the 8 free vouchers. There's gold. The gold membership's $149 and they give you 4 vouchers. The platinum is $249 and they give you 8. And there's a silver, it's $69 and there's no vouchers. So my justification was for the platinum you get 8 vouchers for $249. So if you take 8 or $249 divided by 8, it's about $31. So basically you're getting your 8 vouchers for the membership. So that's just part of it. That's one thing to look at. So if you're looking for a membership, PCGS, they give you 8 free vouchers, but you're paying for it. So I appreciate you all watching and hanging out, and If y'all have any questions, suggestions, comments, concerns, just let me know. I'm going to try to do another video of everything I get submitted. And I try to submit stuff all the time. And I mean, it's what I like to do. So I appreciate y'all watching, liking, and subscribing. So y'all have a good night.